And we are live. What's going on, Lemonhead friends? Good to see everyone on here. It's been a little while since we've connected. Should be a good time today. Looking forward to hearing some lemon bombs. Let's get them validators up and running. What's going on, Ellis, Diane, Justin, what's going on? North Carolina, it's good. Connecticut, all right, good stuff. Well, it's got to be getting cold in Connecticut already. Ooh, that doesn't sound very fun. Chris, what's going on? You're in a nice location. Design matters. I agree. Simon, what's going on? We got here Nadine. Good to see you join us. Corey, you in the house? What do we got? Here from Nebraska. Sorry to hear that, Simon. Damn, could be cold up there too. All right, live from Los Angeles. We got Doug in the house. Got Adrian in from Chicago. Yeah, cold up there too. Oof. Yeah, the weather's going to be changing quick, right? That September, October kind of transition. You still get some good weather in October for a little while and until you don't. And it changes pretty rapidly. So that sucks. But good to see everyone on here. Guys, what are some of the big questions you want to take on today? Let's drop them in the chats. Chester, what's going on? Chester, hope you're in a good spot. Speaking of North Carolina, man, it's a crime what they're doing up there. But, man, hope you're in a good spot. We had our share of flooding in certain parts here. We were just fine, but certain parts. Robert Garcia, what's going on? Trucking around St. Louis, getting in for a lemon call. Love it, love it. Pouring concretes. I love it. Getting on the calls anyway. I dig it a lot. Niraj, what's going on? From Oman, very nice. From Bharat, very nice. Vimal, good to see you. Keith, what do we got? Lemonheads here in Bama. All right. Good. That's how you say it too, isn't it, Keith? I probably didn't even twang that up enough. That's all right. I got to work on that. All right. Olympia, Washington. Very good. Ellis, what's going on? We got Raleigh. I hope you're also in good spot there. Suzanne, Doug. Lempay onboarding session. Yeah, I think at the appropriate time we'll have one of those, Doug. I think it's a good request, but we can bring that up. What's going on? Diane, how we doing? Dream Car Financing, Lake Worth. I love it. I always like that, Dream Car Financing. That's a cool name. I dig it. Yeah, Florida. It's very good. What's going on? Or what? Maybe okay. Get the coin. Yeah. Well, we're going to be pushing for that today. There was a little rumor going around that we might be getting it soon, so we'll seek some clarity on that. And later on today, Joe and I might be doing a demo. If not today, probably tomorrow. It's a tech permitting thing, but it's almost ready to go. And we will demo the process to show everybody what it's going to be like to actually initiate your validator when those lemon coins actually do come out. So that'll be good. Steve May, it's going on. Boston, I like it. Columbus, Lynn, what's going on? Mark Goodall from Atlanta. Hope all's good up there. Also, I think some parts of Georgia were a bit rough, right? I don't know. I don't think Atlanta, but yeah. The weather games, right? Aren't they fun? I'm not a fan. What else do you guys want to hear today? What are some of the big pressing questions? What are you guys most excited or what are you hoping to hear? There's another great question, right? What are you hoping to hear today? Live free or die. Yeah, Justin, man, that's one of the best mottos in the whole country. I just wish they lived by that a few years ago. I was really hoping for a little more of that, you know? Columbus, Ohio, very nice. Good stuff. Turn off the game to get on this. I like it. I think it'll be a little more exciting than the game. LA, what's going on, Stacy? Yeah, the Lem coin, I think, is the big pressing question we're all most dying to hear about, right? Of course. We want those validators to go. I know, timeless slogan, right, Doug? It's not just me. Who doesn't love that? Live free or die. Like, I'm such a fan. Switching up the wallets. We're going to validate. Yeah, so we are trying to arrange a demo of what that would look like even before the lemon coin comes out. That may happen tonight. If not, I'm confident it'll be tomorrow. How about that? I'll go confident it'll be tomorrow. But there are no guarantees and things. And so let me let Jay know. Yeah, confident that we can get the demo going. But I would like to just skip the demo and get straight to the real deal, right? But either way, we'll have the demo. So when the coin does come out, we will be all ready to go. Everyone will feel comfortable, ready to roll with that. Yeah, you're going to need addresses. Addresses created on a secure device, my friends. I know that sounds paranoid to most people, but I would just not be creating a wallet address that cannot be changed on an insecure device. Like, that's an unacceptable risk for me. Yeah, Lemdex updates, and we got Jay in the house. Jay, what's going on, man? Hey, I love that. That nice graphic sticker you got there. That circle, I dig it.
How you guys doing tonight?
We're excited to be here, man. What about you?
Oh, just busy, trying to log on and not get cut off. So I'm going to go for a little emoji tonight, but hopefully we stay connected the whole time.
Is that what the Lemcoin's going to look like? I'm sure people are asking.
No, actually, I think I like some of the artwork that's come out through social media this week. Probably a little better than this one, but no, it's been good.
I like that one a lot. So I noticed before, as I was, chatting with the audience in the community and getting everyone, kind of ready for the call, there's one question that just keeps coming up nonstop. So we'll take on the elephant to kick things off. What is the status with the Lem coins? And yes, we love good news.
So good news is we are shuffling them around. We do have them live on the chain, and we are ready to come up with a solution to get them to the validators. And, it sounds like such a simple thing. And let me just kind of, let me just be blunt and honest. We have a lot of scumbags that are around in our ecosystem. And we have individuals that sent payment for validators in wallets that they no longer have access to. We have some of those wallets that I was actually notified were part of the hacking event. So giving tokens back in those particular wallets is actually a no-go. When you set up a validator, you actually are given a new fresh wallet. That wallet is actually hard-coded directly into the validator. No one has seed words to that wallet. It's for the wallet owner and for the validator owner. It's actually put behind password in the coding in order for you to have access to it. So we know how to get you tokens later and coins later. What we're trying to figure out is how to get you guys the wallets before having the actual live coin. This is only going to be this first round. After that, it's going to be pretty simple. Everybody have coins, so you can just go get one and turn on a validator and go. So what we've decided to do is we're going to go ahead and do a swap. And it's probably going to be 6 LEMX, but we may just go ahead and have you send 5, and we'll just send you back 5 and a little bit of gas to get it into your validator wallet and get it set up. That way, there's no incentive for anybody to try and play with the system. If they get 5 and a little bit of gas, they get 5 and a little bit of gas. Get every validator enough coin that they can go activate with whatever service they have, or if it's on their own device, great. But they will actually get them the live coin from the L1. And so we're going to go ahead and do a little swap back and forth. And then after that happens, we will know every single validator wallet. We actually will not even know who you are by doing it this way. And this is also very important for us for full decentralization. So we've come up with this idea. It's the best one we were going to use the wallets coming in. This gives a nice clean wallet scenario out. You guys can go ahead and get your LEMX situated into any wallet you want. Whatever wallet you send it from doesn't even really matter, because at the end of the day, you're going to then forward it to your own validator wallet to activate it. So that is the plan in the next 24 to 48 hours. So we're trying to get this up this week, guys. This is something that talked to the team about an hour ago. Everybody feels very confident that this is the best method. And so we are setting up everything on our side, getting the coin ready to send. So I'm excited. And yes, I actually do think that's a drop. We are ready to go.
Very cool. So is it going to be kind of like a DApp type scenario where you're going to go in and just do a swap that way, and we'll exchange 5 of our Lem tokens for 5 Lem coins? Is that kind of what people should be picturing in their minds, like a DApp type swap?
Yes, that's what we're trying to set up right now. So you'll basically just go to the DApp, you'll connect your a wallet, whatever wallet you want to use. You'll have to spend just a little bit of BNB to get the coin over. My guess is 7 cents or so in BNB, and that'll send the token in, and you'll get coin back.
Whew. All right, and so that could theoretically be a today thing, or is that a tomorrow thing? What are you thinking timeline-wise? Ish. We know it's an ish. We know tech problems happen, but an estimate would be nice.
Late today is what we're trying to push out. Yes, Wednesday was the goal. We're shooting for it still.
Love it. All right, I dig it. All right, so Chester came up with a great question. what is the 10-day pause going to look like? So I'm assuming that when we get those coins, that would be the commencement of the 10-day pause, would it not?
So what we need to do is we need to give the validators a few days. So this is kind of that 3-day warning, 3-day. Okay, look, here it's coming. You got 3 days to kind of move this coin around. Call whatever service provider you have. There are multiple. We're not just dealing with one. We're dealing with the individuals around the world. Actually, there's a couple of white glove services that are not even in the country. So that being said, you're going to have a minute, but not very long. You're going to want to go ahead and do this the second we announce it. Just get it situated, get it done. You should be in archive mode. This is actually how you're going to take your validator from archive mode into live net. So you'll have a password to open up your new wallet. That new wallet then will give you new seed words. You need to protect those things like they are your children. I'm going to just express a little frustration this week. Everybody makes mistakes, and I will tell you it was not one person. So this is going to be a very blunt educational period. If you give out your seed words, it is equivalent to you handing someone your whole wallet, your social security number, your driver's license, your login, and your PIN to your bank accounts. There is no one on this side that will ever ask for that information, ever. For no reason, not customer service, not for any tech support issue. It will never happen, not even for your validator. So do not be fooled. Even when you do have a validator up, we do not need your seed words to help you at all. That is for you and you alone.
Yeah, it's really scary and heartbreaking when I hear those stories. I was able to help someone who made that mistake intervene and salvage some of the assets before it all got drained, but there's still some painful lessons in there. Youch. All right, so is it still the plan to do a short window of time for validators to get situated and still a 10-day? I think we should just give everyone some credit and roll that validator window into the 10-day, but I know you probably are going to say no on that.
No, we are going to do it because it actually has a couple things attached to it. We have not had time to show people how to go get their V-boxes. We luckily have had a few clever individuals in the ecosystem that have gone ahead and wrote up the instructions. I have passed those around. We are going to leave the swaps open for the 10-day period. Also for certain project to direct project, they will be actually up for longer. But you don't get to just pick and choose anymore. So your swap directs will be for V-Box to Lemon Crate. You will have a direct to lemflix, Lem Squeezy, and Lem Loans. Only from the 4 projects. You do not get to mix and match them anymore. It will be only choices to the direct comparison swap. So once this 10-day period ends, all of the flexibility also ends. And so just be prepared for that. I don't want to leave anybody behind, but guys, we've given enough time. At this point in time, if you're dead on the sidewalk, you probably know what's going on at this point if you're ever going to come back. So we leave those open for individuals later on, but bottom line is it's shut for every other reason. Even when they come over, I'm going to guess it'll be worth nothing because the token will pretty much be evaporated at that point from the new projects.
From all of us that already swapped over those NFTs, what's that going to look like for us? Are we going to see the new tokens transition over? Do we do it now, or is that going to be a post-migration thing? Because I know people are going to ask that.
It actually has to be before. There's a particular reason why, but we have to kill off the old projects. And so you're going to be transferring over to a new project, but you won't really see it. It's going to be in a one. It's for 4 projects when they basically come over, or for token. What's really happened? The token is just a swap. You're floating over any value you currently have. The other tokens are not listed, so it's a 0 cost basis. There's no taxable event to it. Technically, there may be a tax loss to it because you're going to swap something over with a 0 value. Any NFTs, again, you're swapping over for a 0 value. So you will have some potential hits or benefits, I guess I should probably say, depending on where you are in the world and the tax jurisdiction you're under. Check with a registered, licensed tax professional in your area for that advice. Now, those projects are going to be seamless. We've been preparing for it for a while. You basically hit the button for migration or you hit the button for swap. There are two different technicalities of those. A migration is a current project that goes to another current project. It's on the same platform, or sorry, it's on two different platforms, but it's the same project. So you're basically just moving your freeway, but you're taking your car from one lane to a different lane. That's it. You've already done the swap. You've already changed your car. With the 4 moving over, you actually are changing your car. And so it's a swap and not a migration. So migration, you're just moving lanes. Swaps, you're changing your car and then moving over. We are going to make that a one. The name of it is different, but the technicalities of how it works is going to be seamless.
Seamless, but is there an action item that individuals must take, or will this be done all on the dev side?
No, it's all done on the dev side. We wanted to make sure this was easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
All right. So nothing to do for anyone to withdraw, to move, to do anything, just so that's out of the way. Everyone's clear on that. There's nothing to do. It will all be moved over. We're good to go. And you will see your new tokens in your wallet before the migration is over. I think that's pretty damn cool. I like it.
Well, that's not what I said. So I'm glad you heard it and then repeated it. No, you still have to withdraw that's why the pause is happening. You still have to hit the swap. Does that make sense? You can't, we don't have access to your wallet. So we cannot take tokens out of your wallet to then move them to a new asset. You need to authorize the contract, hit the button, swap them out from your side. So you need to, and we can't do it actually from the chain. So right now, understand all of these assets that have not been collected on the chain. You need to do that there too, because those assets actually are already tethered to your wallet. Even though they're there, they actually are only owned by one wallet address. So there's no way for us to physically even move those and migrate them over, even to try to put them back to the same wallet address. It's not functionally possible. So I would if we could. It'd make things easier, but unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, we don't have access to any of that. So I guess I'll say fortunately, we're a decentralized ecosystem. So if I could, you should be worried, and I can't. So
right,
it'd be more simple.
Good. I just want to make sure we got that clarified. All right. So what is the nature of the 10-day pause? Why does it exist? What's going to happen during those 10 days? What should people expect? Should they just go hibernate? Should they go to a fasting retreat? Should they stare at their screen and refresh it every day? What's going on during those 10 days?
This is actually something that partners wanted to make it a month. I think I've actually told this story before. I said this community won't like that answer at all. They want time because they don't want to miss a date. And instead of making it a longer period, I said, we're just not going to pause it until I know we can get out the other side. And so from our perspective, a 10-day period allows for anybody to get off vacation, to get back to a computer, to maybe check back in because they only check in once a week, to have power again or internet service because of natural disasters, whatever it may be. A 10-day period should be enough to get to an even path as everybody is coming over. And so I think it's the fairest way to do it. And it's not 30 days, guys. I fought for that one, and I hope you guys appreciate it. We don't want to pause. We want to get you guys back into playing the game as quickly as possible.
Very cool. Someone is asking a valid question. How do you know that the wallet sending the 5 tokens in actually is currently licensed to be a validator?
That's a great question. The reality is it doesn't matter. We basically said if anybody wants to give us a swap early and they get coin early, fine. If they don't have a validator, there's nowhere for them to put it. So this is the way we can weed out any of the scammers or people trying to take advantage. If they get coin early, they get coin early. It doesn't matter. So they're going to get it eventually anyway, sometime in the next couple of weeks. So this eliminates any issue. If anybody tries to activate a new validator, they can't. They've already been situated. So no validators can slip through and get 501 or anything like that. Putting through, if they get a little extra token, it's paired, so it doesn't really matter.
Right. And our validate, I think maybe I'm misunderstanding the question, but I think the question was, is there some kind of software I'm picturing like a software key, the way they used to do things, where you verify, let's say, with a provider, or if you're self-hosting the same way that is there anything like kind of that nature?
Yeah, it's with the email addresses with the original payments.
Got it. Okay, all good. So we just want to check that out. Seed was created. No one's going to access your seed phrases. All right, so we're going to await the instructions. We will get instructions, friends, really soon, but it looks like we may get the coins tonight. That's fantastic. That I couldn't be more excited when that happens. You guys, we are on pause, as in activity on the chain is on pause. The EGI pools don't distribute, all that good stuff. All that stuff kind of stops, but you guys, truthfully, are not going to be on pause in the next 10 days. You've got some massive deadlines for a big event coming up to get a lot of things done. And some of those things might include things like Lem Lotto. So why don't we try and start with an update on kind of how that's coming along?
Yeah, so let me kind of tell you what does happen during that 10 days. Every EGI pool has to move over or burn. The mathematics of all of the transition for the 4 have to go into place during this period of time. Everything will be burnt out that needs to be burnt out. All EGI pools will be migrated from Binance over. Every wallet has to basically be refunded from Binance over. Every liquidity pool that is over on Binance needs to move over to Lemonchain. So I wish it was a 10-day sabbatical, like go on vacation for 10 days, but understand there's a lot of underbelly things that have to happen during this process. So we are going to do something for a minute. We are going to slow up the pancake swap migration over to the new DEX, mainly so that people have access on both sides for a minute. It will have to come down, mainly because of arbitrage and manipulation. So, but we are going to leave it up for that whole 10-day period. People want to be able to get liquidity. People want to try to maximize that the best as possible. That'll be the very last thing we move over so that people have access. Now, after that's done, let's say that people have LEMX BNB. They need liquidity to do the migration. They may need something. No problem. Migrate over your LEMX BNB to your LEMX coin, and then you can go ahead and access liquidity on the Lemonchain and then bring it back. Welcome to a bridge. And the other benefit is we have a series of exchanges that we are in the process of putting up on the website. We actually have a full roadmap to all the tier 1 exchanges. Let me say all the tier 1 exchanges. Oh, what about this name? What about this name? Guys, it's every single one of them. The partners have spent a lot of time negotiating, beating up. I have never seen negotiations like this in my life. Beating up for listing, beating up for marketing. They are doing something that is, I think, phenomenal for this base. We have a process and a roadmap to get. They're doing their part. They have a process and a roadmap to get us from no exchanges currently right now other than Pancake Swap, and we got a pre-listing for XT, all the way to every single important tier 1 exchange before the end of Q1. Now, what this will require is community support. What we are going to do is the founders and the partners are going to go ahead and fund every one of the listing fees. They are going to fund every one of the liquidities. What they're not going to fund is the marketing that has to go with it. So we will be looking for donations from the community. I will participate as a community member as well. We have a lot of large holders that will participate. We're not going to put it all on our shoulders. There's a direct correlation of how these exchanges have to go. And we will have we'll call it a GoFundMe, but really what it is, it's just a give. It's a giveaway airdrop that we're basically wanting to grow the ecosystem. You're here, you're supporters. It is not mandatory, but I will tell you, if you ever ask me why we're not on an exchange, go look at the list and put it there. And when it gets there, the partners will get us on because it's already been done. I will tell you, this is a foregone conclusion at this point. It's just physically getting the marketing dollars to go. So if you want every one of the tier 1 exchanges by the end of the year, The community has that ability. I will tell you, if they wanted every tier 1 exchange by the end of November, it is not a timing thing. You could do it. This is 100% the most backwards way I've ever seen anything listed in my life. And they are pulling strings, they are pulling connections, they are pulling favors, but more than anything, they have the clout to get on the phone and make these things happen. So what I would like to bring everybody to is you're going to see something happen on the lemonchain.io website, which is hidden right now. If you go there, it's just going to take you back to all things lemon. A lot of my effort has been doing all the documentation. We are talking, I don't want to look at words again for the rest of my life, going back and forth between legal. We're talking white papers, and these are not light papers. These are full white papers. We're talking about developer docs. We are an open source ecosystem, so every developer needs access to paperwork in order to build on it. But you're going to have a tab on that site, and it physically will say listings. You hit it, and you physically, every time you connect your wallet, you're going to have a pop-up taking you here. Donate to the cause. And we are asking the community to do that because we are a community-driven platform. We are not making you do it 100% on your own. Trust me, the major expense is on the partners, and they are happy to do it. They want to see the community involved. Now, what they're also going to do is they have a major blitz to grow this community. Everybody should have seen one announcement that popped up through CatFizz here the last couple of days. We're in the process of that integration. You can see it on their website. It's phenomenal. That is actually heading in, I believe. Sorry, that was actually already submitted to the Android store. Actually, I think you'll see that pop up next week. So you can actually go download the CatFizz app directly with Android, and we're working right now with Apple as well. There's something else that's coming, and I'll say that keep your eyes out on the press releases coming through. Their goal is to build this community so that will become easier and easier. Because when we have 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, 50 million people in here, everybody donates $1. We're on every single exchange across the tier 1 platforms. So it is a crowd event, but they are doing their part by doing the liquidity. They're doing their part by the actual listing fees, and they're doing their part by helping you guys grow the community by these partnerships and strategic partners we're bringing forward. So,
damn, every exchange, guys. There aren't that many projects out there. I mean, there's a decent list, but not that many that are on all exchanges, especially not in the early days like that. Like before this year is over. I mean, that's incredible.
It's up to you.
Yeah, another question came up that I thought was valid. What happens if your email address is tied to more than one validator license? How is that going to be addressed?
Then that email address will actually get multiple keys, and so it doesn't really matter. You're going to go ahead and send in. Let's say you have 3 wallets you're sending in for that email. As long as you have 3 keys, you'll get the 3 swap backs. If you have the keys, then that's what's getting you the understanding of where you're sending that coin. So if hypothetically you don't have a key, you'll get a coin and you won't have anything to do about it. So if I get questions, well, where do I send it to? How do I get my validator? You don't have a validator. You'll know.
Gotcha. Someone asked if the lemflix subscription payment processing issue was resolved, or should they wait a little bit for that?
So there are 2 sites. There was a miscommunication today, but the logins will work on either one. You could probably go ahead and bypass it by going to lemflix.online and signing up through that site where the payment was mistakenly put up today. Or you can just wait in the next 24 hours till we moved over to the correct site. But if you do, it's no big deal. You can go ahead and you can use the logins for either site. But the payment gateways were put on the wrong site yesterday. So we're still dealing with a little bit of tech stuff, but we're working through it.
You mentioned CatFizz would be downloadable. Is this the V2 or is this a V3?
This is a V2. We are getting very close to V3. We are going to be rolling that out shortly. What I would suggest is go play around with V2, and then you'll just get an upgrade notification in that through your app, and then you can go ahead and do it. If you do the hard download, you'll actually still get an update, because when the new upgrade comes up, you'll basically be notified you need to come and re-download it.
Okay. Yeah, it would be nice to get the go straight to V3. It seems to me like that would be the wise idea. But all right, V2 it is. We're going to kick the tires and then get upgraded when we're ready. Is now a good time to discuss what's going on with some of those other projects? We talked about Catfish. We've got Lotto. We've got Lemcare. We've got a few other things in the hopper that we're assuming is going to come out soon. By the way, thank you for getting lemflix across that finish line. That's great. People do appreciate seeing things like that. And I know they're very eager to see the next one, like seeing Lotto playing out directly in our own Lemon Tree wallet app would be so friggin' cool. How long until that looks like a reality?
So I looked at all of them today, and I'll tell you, I think you're going to see Travel, Lemcare, and Lem Games probably all pop fairly close to the same time, and then Lotto a week afterwards. Lotto was just the last one that started coming through, but there are different teams working on them. And so ironically, it's just kind of a horse race to see which team is going to go ahead and get over the finish line first. Lemcare is very, very close. And we actually have some announcements coming out in the press about Lemcare. So I'm hoping that one's actually first, but it may not be. That way you're kind of getting access to it before the announcements, but it may happen right afterwards. Lem Games is fun. I've actually been playing with it all week, trying to break it. We have some docs to go up to it, terms, conditions, that type of stuff that's being worked on right now. But it's fun. It's amazing. I think people will just have a good entertainment time with it. And they'll get excited about that. Lem Travel, it's a booking engine, guys. This is nothing more than, let's call it Expedia, Travelocity, and that. But the nice thing is it does give easy royalties right back to the ecosystem very quickly on every single purchase of travel. So I just suggest your friends to go there, use it yourself. I've actually looked at my travels here. I'm obviously traveling around. I've been able to save money and use the booking site. So the good news is not only am I, supporting the ecosystem, but I'm actually saving money. Versus Travelocity is where I was comparing it in hotels.com. So if you're basically trying to look around, it's very competitive. I think it's a good avenue. I think it's a good model.
Very cool. Exciting. Is it possible some of those things could come out during a 10-day pause to entertain people while they're waiting? Is that a possibility?
More than a possibility. I'm going to say it's very likely.
Very cool. Love that. There you go, guys. So we're not going to be bored during 10 days. You're going to get some new toys to play with. That's very cool. I love that. So we talked about the 4 projects moving over earlier, but one of the things we haven't discussed in a while is what's the back end of those business models kind of looking like for the squeeze and the loans and the like. Are you open to discussing that at the time?
Yeah, actually, I think it's been a month or two since we've kind of given it any update on those projects. So let me just start with, these are new projects. These are completely different underlying. They're completely different tokenomics. They are not quote migrated projects. They are swap projects. So let me kind of walk through each individual one of the 3. You have Lemlux. That is a pre-existing, already operational rental company. We are in the process of acquiring more to the fleet. There's already operators in place. There's already revenues in place. This is going to be something that's very simple to plug and play and go. Then you have, we'll call Lemon Squeeze. Lemon Squeeze is something that I think will be a sleeper. Not anymore, since I just said it, but let me tell you why. Alcohol in the Emirates is still very, very much on the turn and precipice. It was not something that is readily available until, let's call it in the last 10 years. One of only 3 import and sell retail licenses in the whole Emirates is physically what is powering Lemon Squeeze. We are heavily getting licensed and situated up in Iraq for a very particular reason. There is not a lot of options for good quality beverages here in the Emirates, and we are going after the casinos. Casino Row in Iraq is going to be what we are going to be targeting. That is the Wynn Casino up there. It's Hotel Row. It is a tourist destinational spot. That is what RAK is known for. It's a beautiful part of the Emirates. They've got great villas up there, great family environment, but also a lot of Europeans and Asian areas, along with, we've had a lot of people from Australia even pop up. And what's happening is these individuals are used to drinking in their hometown, and they come here and there's probably, everybody asks why I'm drinking a Heineken all the time. If I was to tell you how limited the options are here, everybody would probably laugh. But Heineken is basically the only draft beer you can get. Maybe another beer called Tiger, which is also just another, I'll call it lager, but in general, just it's not good quality. And so number one is we're going to bring a lot better quality and diversification of beverages into RAK, but we're going to be supplying the hospitality industry up there in a major way. The family is fully supporting us. They've given us import, export, storage. Actually, they've given us the ability to distill and brew, which gets us to a whole new category, which is something that is just so rare for the Emirates. So not only will we be doing it for Ras Al Khaimah, I believe we'll actually be an exporter to the other Emirates. And because it will be locally done, I think will be something that will be found even in Dubai and all the way up into the other Emirates as well. So that's Lemon Squeeze. Also non-alcoholic beverages. They have a lot of juice products here. Juice is huge. Sodas, not so much, but flavored seltzers is, flavored waters. Good, healthy hydration is something everybody needs. And then we have our last one, which is Lem Loans. Lem Loans goes hand in hand with the L1. I've kind of told everybody what it really is kind of, a similar project to the L2s, being able to lend them some money. There is actually a grant section of the gas fees. So every transaction that basically goes through the L1, it feeds a pot of money that gets to go down to L2s. If you choose a LEM tokenomic, a LEM structure for launch, you will be offered a grant. And as long as you do what you say you're going to do, that grant will be forgiven. If you don't, you'll be paying it back. What that does is it helps L2s launch on our L1. It helps them for advertising. It helps for the initial liquidity pool. It helps for getting that project out to the masses. So a lot of excitement, a lot of user base. These L2s are really, I get hit a lot for lemflix today. And let me tell you what this L2 model really is, if people are kind of paying attention. This is a marketing budget. At the end of the day, we're getting into hundreds of thousands of users around the world to use these products. And by using the products, by referring these products, you're getting a benefit directly for those sales, which normally would go into what's called an affiliate fee or a marketing fee. What that is the royalty coming back into the liquidity pools to get these projects up and going. So it is a direct comparison to the buy and burn, is not a direct comparison to you. So if you are, quote, quote, trying to basically go out there and push lemflix, you should. And if you want to make more, go buy more LemX or lemflix. And so, because what's happening is you're going to make token go up.
Yeah.
And so
when?
Well, go and refer more. I will tell you, ironically, I believe our partner meeting was, I'm losing my days. I think it was Monday, so 2 days ago. And we were just starting to talk about lemflix being given away. In the first couple hours, we had over 110 emails into the support of lemflix saying, how do I get a hold of the product? Now, 110 isn't that much. I mean, I was actually like, oh, okay, well, not very much. And then we looked at the other site, and the other site also had a couple hundred in it. And so these guys, it got out on social media. People were just posting about it. And we are already starting to get organic traffic just from your guys' posts of people that probably are not even here understanding what it is. They just want to try a different streaming service. which I think is going to be one of the most fun projects to go out there and push, because everybody is already paying $20 here, $20 there every single month. And I think the value proposition on it is it as polished as some of the others? No. Does it have a lot of content? Probably more than it should. But we are going to help with the filters for language. But there is so much content on here. I believe it's the best value currently in the marketplace. And so play around with it and get used to how it functions. I think it's very clean. I've been using it now for about 2 months. Ha ha ha. But I've been having fun with it. I have been breaking it too. So there is that. But I believe we have a finished product now to get out there and have a good time with. And I think that it brings not only value, but it brings a direct ability for this community to go out there and push it and use it and share it and be excited about it.
Very cool. Another recurring question that I'm seeing all the time, there's some confusion on it. We've all heard that the Mega Lemon projects have a longer underwriting period, and there's a variety of things that need to happen. But we also know that some of them have been in process for a while already. They're not just starting today or starting after the migration. So a lot of people want to know, when would it be realistic, so their expectations are good, that maybe we could see a Mega Lemon or 2 or 5 start kind of coming on board?
So let me tell you the easiest ones to underwrite. The easiest one to underwrite are the real estate projects that are already developed, already built, and already have revenues. And yes, we have a lot of them. Those projects are easy because it's very traditional to go out there and get appraisals that have already had industry standards to them. And so the answer is we'll have several come up very quickly, and they will be running faster than the airports, the railroads, the shipping ports, even the large distribution centers. They have a metric on them for appraisal. So those aren't really the big issue. It's the oddball things. And so the fleet of aircraft that we're putting into a few countries, easy. It's based off of invoices. So there are some that are just easier. The big, and I say big ones, we'll call it 500 million plus. Those take a minute. No underwriter or appraiser wants to put their name on something when it is that big without doing a lot of due diligence and actually having a couple of them also agree. So look, it's going to be a mixed bag. We're going to have some that'll probably take 6-8 months to get through the approval process. We'll have some that'll probably take 30-45 days, like standard traditional real estate. So I get asked quite a bit, are we going to see any by the end of the year? Yeah, actually, I think we will see some by the end of the year. But we're just not going to see you will know them. You will physically see them in the coming soon section. You will know what they are. You will, it's his purpose, if I'm being honest, there's actually a reason for this in madness, but you're going to see the value of them that is going for tokenization, because what we're trying to do is show the value for the institutions to hold LEMX for the long period of time as we are bringing these things through. And so I think this is just an amazing opportunity right now for full transparency in blockchain. And I think no matter if it's a regulated security, so it's not open to everybody, it doesn't matter. You guys being able to see it and follow it and get excited about it is going to be fun. And you guys are here from the beginning, so get ready, because I think watching Mega Lemon go out is going to be it's going to be fun for everybody. Something else which I teased about a little bit is we have a major fund that has actually tasked us with building the first Sharia compliant tokenization engine in the world. This is for the Gulf. This is for we are building it. I think it's necessary in this area. This is where the money is. And we have a lot of things that I think will be great for the community. And we will have basically 2 Mega Lemon projects, I guess is a better way to look at it. And they will have their own criteria, but we will have compliant, Sharia compliant investment opportunities. And then we'll have standard traditional. You can invest in either one, but, well, you can't, but qualified individuals could. And I think that having that diversification will have basically 2 pathways to go. It grows our user base. For our standpoint, I think it's just great, because you have a whole new area of the Emirates and Saudi Arabia and the whole Gulf, can participate in those types of opportunities. And I think since a lot of them are coming from this area, I think that's just a great thing to look forward to.
Yeah, it's a very unique niche. So we have our first Mega Lemon project coming on Monday. That's exciting. And I didn't hear that correctly. I thought I heard that correctly. All right. And we know that there's some PR on the way. I know there's been a few even little teasers and whisper campaigns kind of going on about that. And I know there's a big event coming up. When is it realistic to see some of the PR coming out? It would seem to me this would be a post-migration thing, but I know a lot of people are wondering.
I have not been bashful with, we have a lot of stuff backed up. Guys, this is going to have to start coming out. And I have partners that want to trickle it out, and they look at the schedule saying we can't trickle it out. And they're having a reality check. We were supposed to start trickling it out in July. And the problem is that we didn't start trickling out in July for other reasons. And now it's going to be a flood. So we have announced Cat Fizz. I see very realistically, you're going to see an announcement in the press and or internally, which probably picked up in the press every single week for now at the end of the year. And it's probably going to be multiple, just purely because we don't have that many more weeks left. And so, I think some of these things are going to have more excitement behind them than others. But what I will promise you is this: you will not see an announcement coming out to this ecosystem without a 1-for-1 equivalent, meaning Cat Fizz. What did it do for this ecosystem? The integration brings forward 5 million users integrated into this ecosystem. Let's talk about the next one. It will be XYZ will equal something that will benefit directly to the game players over here and directly to the L1. It is not going to be industry type announcements. I don't think they make much sense. So my whole goal to you and my whole commitment to you is, when you are seeing these, they will show you the path of how it directly affects you as a game player, as a holder of free tokens and NFTs. You will know exactly how it's going to impact you. And that's my commitment to you. And that's our goal.
Very exciting. I like that. Lemon Tree, I know the question just popped up in there. Everyone's very excited to get back to the old days with, a native wallet and smooth and easy and all that stuff. So I know there's been lots of moving parts, but is that something that we could see pre or post migration?
I can tell you that I have a dev team that wants to kill me for even bringing it up. It is in testing. We are having fun with it. It is not polished off yet to put out, but their goal is to hand that to you guys for the migration. So, goals are great to look forward to, but it's not something I can even commit to. But it is something that they are still trying to push out. Yes,
it's getting close. I like it. That's exciting. There's the plans changed for October from what we had heard about a few months back, as I understand. But there still is a big event coming up in October very soon. We saw the pictures of Lemon in the Alibaba booth, and that co-branding is just amazing. I mean, who isn't gonna get drawn in and see the credibility and excitement around that? But are you guys playing another role at that event, or is it just participating at the booth at this juncture?
So there are a couple events. So there's actually two going on at the exact same time. You have GetX, and then you also have North Star. North Star is actually a startup tech fundraiser acknowledgement type event. We will actually be at both events, although I think the Alibaba one on this particular convention week is probably going to be our bigger show, mainly because of where we are located in the event. We are around the corner from Ant, for instance. That is the largest fintech bank in the world. We are across the aisle away from Google. We are physically sitting next to some of the biggest names in the tech industry within an aisle or two. If you saw all the names, you know every single one of them. And so Microsoft's there, Adobe's there, Amazon's there, Google's there, Alibaba is there. We have every single relationship that we ever could possibly imagine physically seeing us on the forefront of Alibaba Cloud. We're just not a booth next to them. We were actually inside their headquarters booth. And so I think that is going to give us some great opportunity for press. In fact, I'm going to hint it will give us some good publicity for press. I'm hoping that everybody comes out for it. I hope we get some lemon heads out here. I know of at least a dozen right now that are coming out for that event. So I think we're going to have a lot of people walking around in lemon shirts, lemon apparel. The next week is actually the largest crypto event in the world. We are also in that one. And so October, although will not be a launch party, we're going to be heavily busy just physically getting brand awareness out for us and physically getting the announcements out that we will be front and center, and they're going to be seeing them in the newspapers. And then they see a bunch of people in lemon shirts. They're going to wonder what's going on. So I can tell you that Mega Lemon is going to be taking the world by storm with tokenization. I think the blockchain itself is so revolutionary to what we are doing. It blows the socks off of everybody currently right now. And so there's a lot of good tech out there. I'm going to tell you that right now in test and provability, 300,000 transactions a second is just something that cannot be touched. And so I'm working on all the docs. This is not a theoretical in a sense of is it going to work or has it been tested? We're live, guys. We are physically already up. I've already given the block explorer. You can look at it. The validators will be able to give you another testament of that when they get their coin, hopefully in the next couple hours, and worst case in the next 24. And I think that is going to be what's going to be really driving the real conversation.
So you bought clothing at the event. Someone asked, some clothing maybe with this icon that you have currently on your screen right now would be very interesting. And also those lempay shirts, the ones that we saw last week, they were fantastic as well. It'd be kind of nice to see. And I was talking to Jamie a bit about that, but that's cool. That'd be cool things. Another question on the validator: if the coins come out in a couple hours, are the dashboards all set to go at this time as well or not?
You're welcome, Terry. They are.
Yes, very nice. Good. I'm going to call Joe when we get off of here. I want to have a look at that sucker. Very cool. All right. We're coming up. We're already at the 52-minute mark. So let's let you tail off for the day. You probably got some other things you want to do and you need to fit some sleep in. So I'll give you the floor to say, is there anything else that you really wanted to talk or things that you think we need to address at this point in time before you sign out?
Look, guys, we are really just to the point that this is something that's groundbreaking. You guys are part of the pioneers to bring this thing forward. You guys are as much a part of this show at this point in time. In fact, technically, I gave it away the second I turned the chain on. So I want to make sure everybody understands this is yours. Have fun with it. You can come and ask any question you'd like. I am not going anywhere. I'll be staying here for a very long time, pushing it with you. But this is something that I think is really something that people need to understand what is here, and education. Go through these videos, watch them from the beginning. We've been talking about this with Terry since July, but we are here. This is something that everybody has been wanting for so long, and we are here. And so I think that's what I'll just leave it at, and I'll say it a couple more times. But I mean, that's just exciting. Although I'm exhausted, I'm excited.
I mean, I get why you're exhausted, but seeing the dream come to fruition, seeing the blockchain you dreamt about for so long being real with validators on it and active chains and live coins and migrating onto all the big exchanges. I mean, that's exciting. That's surreal. And it's worth missing a few hours of sleep. You've got the back half of your years to get some sleep and catch up and relax. But this is so great. So on behalf of everyone, we're really grateful for you. For giving up all this sleep to try and make all this happen, and for maintaining the vision and from carrying the vision through to completion, and for taking the time to educate us today. So with that said, we'll let you go and finish up those coins, because I think people are going to jump off a bridge if they don't see them soon. So we'll let you go and finish that up, and we'll all catch up again soon, guys.
Sounds good. And then I'll touch bases with you as soon as I know the date for the pause. We will jump back on and go through the 10-day period of what happens next.
Great. See you tomorrow then.
All right. See ya.
Have a good one, guys.
All right.